Yo, what is good, YouTube? And today we're going to do a little something different. I've been working on my stick skills between the launch of NBA 2K23 and up to now. And going online, if I'm not in an ISO situation, I find myself resorting to the pick and roll offense a little bit too much, which I plan to change. But in order for me to do that, I need to lab plays, and that's what I've been doing for a couple of days now. And the playbook that I'm using right now and trying to learn is the Phoenix Suns playbook. So I wanted to discuss what makes a play a good play, and we're going to highlight the fist pitch back 1-5 play right here, which you are seeing in some of these clips, some of the options that I run out of them to try and organize my offense, get good spacing, and try to slow the game down a little bit more and play a little bit more to the style and the pace that we like. So the fist pitch back 1-5 play is basically a pick and roll play intended for the shooting guard, or depending on who you want the ball handler to be. So here we give it to the wing who receives a screen from the center, give it back to the shooting guard, and then it's a pick and roll with the center. So first, what makes this play a good play, in my opinion, first of all, is it gives us the optimal spacing to highlight one of the focal points on my offense on my team, and that's Devin Booker. See, from this play right here, we end up in a spread pick and roll situation. Gives us counters depending on how help defenses react, but also gives us space to the right side of the wing to attack to one of Devin Booker's strong sides. So the scouting report for me is moving to my right. I'll take a step back jumper with Devin Booker almost all the time. But also, what makes this play a good play is that there are different options. So that first option, that pass to the small forward, is actually a good first option if your defender gets caught up in a screen. If you're that wide open, don't be afraid. Launch that jumper. Especially in my team with guys with limitless range, basically, you can launch for a jump shot that will give you wide open three every time if your defender gets caught in the screen. Look at here. Our matchup is playing off-ball defense to start and forces him to scramble. It gives us a wide open shot. We didn't make the shot, but it was the shot that we wanted. What also makes this a good play is the ability to counter out of it. Now, you notice there that the defender did a hard closeout because of the fear of the three-point shot from Paul George. So we'll go back to that play right here. Now, we won't launch for a jump shot. He was closing out, trying to defend the three-point shot. Again, he's starting off ball with Kristaps. So we have our center set a screen for Paul George. Paul George receives the ball, thinking we'll shoot a jump shot off the screen. Instead, we attack the closeout and head for a mid-range jump shot. Now, once you get defenses respecting the three-point shot and the mid-range jumper, if you've got a guy like Paul George, who's a great finisher at the basket, just take it to the rim. So that's what I've learned, is that I need to slow things down a little bit more. In some of my games, I've been speeding myself up, but slowing down, getting into sets with good spacing and good options to attack gives us these nice options. So another thing about plays is that you want plays that will branch out into different options. See here, by delaying any movement out of our small forward, we reset the offense, and instead of turning into a pick and roll, we deny the pitch back to Devin Booker. So instead of turning that into a Booker Ayton pick and roll, Ayton goes down to a post up, CP goes to the opposite corner, and now you're isolated against the opposite center. So here is where I like my pacing. I like the tempo in which I'm playing with. So I fake a jump shot if he wants to close out hard. He didn't. So I waited a little bit, then got Tyson Chandler into a post-up situation, and that's a mismatch against Kevin McHale. A simple drop step into a dunk. And here I'm just going to show you some different options. Now, instead of going back to Devin Booker on that pitch back, we give him a dribble handoff. That basically acts as a reverse pick and roll. So basically right here, out of the handoff, we're basically screening Patrick Beverly, using Mikal Bridges as the pitch person right there. Then from there, we just go downhill and attack the basket. So again, if you see my team clips, the offense hasn't been great. But what I've been labbing, and this is the importance of knowing where you're weak right now. So my weakness is that I've been allowing teams to get me out of my rhythm, get me out of my sets. So as you can see right here, if I just be patient and know where I can attack, the play opens up and gives us different types of options. That play right there, we rejected the screen from DeAndre Ayton, but we're keeping the defense occupied by doing all of these triple threat moves, and then the offense will set double screens right there for CP3 coming out the corner. But if we choose to reject that, we can attack the strong side, force strong side help, and then kick out for a wide open 3. So if you're watching the My Team series, you'll notice that I sprinkle plays once every now and then, but not often enough. And that's something I plan to change, but in order for me to change that, the first thing I did was to identify one of my weaknesses. Right now, I'm a little bit too reliant on spread pick and roll or ISO offense. I want to get into a playbook to force the defenses to really try to overreact, for me to capitalize on different options, get better spacing, and right now that means that I need to work with the pace that I like. That means trying these out in a game situation, looking at how I'm able to respond to defenses which are off ball, for example, or defenses that try to kill plays by scrambling, forcing different types of rotations, pinching out of those screens, for example, all of these things. And these are the things that you need to work on in order to get better. So if I've identified a weakness for me right now, and the first step in trying to get better at the game is identifying that weakness, working on it. So I'm working on it offline and online. And right now, it's me getting the reps I need in order to get better, recognize where I need to strengthen my game. My 5-on-5 offense needs work. And that's what we're trying to do. So in my opinion, these are the elements of what makes a play a good play. But also, in terms of getting better, it's really recognizing your weaknesses, working on them nonstop, and trying to get better at the game. So I got a couple of dribble videos coming out over the next few days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.